Sup, guys? This is Baseball for FPC, and I have another custom Nazi zombie gameplay video for you, playing on the map FRU Church, and FRU is the clan tag name, and it stands for Fallen Rebels Unite. Now, this map was created by LMLDR, and he is part of the FRU clan. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. So anyways, this is another one of those maps that you're probably like, wait a minute, I think I've seen this before. And once again, you would be correct in that assumption. This was probably the second worst quality video that I put out. I was going back and I'm watching all of my old videos just to delete the bad quality ones, re-upload them in a lot better quality. And so I came across this one right after The Simpsons, and I was like, wow. How did I ever manage to keep this video up for so long? It's got such horrible quality. There is an insane amount of pixelations. Maybe during the first 30 seconds it's just totally pixelated. You can hardly tell what's going on. It's just ridiculous. So I apologize for that. That is why I'm going back and correcting these horrific fails on my part. So anyways, enough about that. You have seen this map before. And if you haven't, well, here you go. So, as you can probably tell by the name, this is situated in the courtyard of a church, and you also head into the church as well as under the church. So we start out in this fairly large courtyard. There are quite a few zombie spawns, maybe about 6 or so. They all come in through the windows. We also have the bar, the M1A1 carbine, as well as the Kar98K on the wall. So you've got quite a large variety of start weapons, and you've got quite a few zombie spawns. This map is prototype, so we've got no perks, no betties, none of the other Derice style features, and it's also a little slower. You might notice that the prototype style maps, the older ones at least, tend to be a little slower. That's fine with me. It was still early on. This was another one of the very early maps that came out in Custom Nazi Zombies. This was back in 2010. Early 2010, I believe. And once again, this is very nicely detailed. We've got a lot of just foliage scattered around. We've got some nice roadblocks here. Inside the church, we've got a very nice looking church. A lot of detail there, so it makes it a pleasure to play. So once again, because this is a bit slower of a map and it's not all that big, I just open up everything that there is possibly to open, and then I kill myself. So I let you guys to have fun getting up to the high rounds on this map, but I just want to preview the map for you. That's really all I'm here to do. So you can see they've got like these raised platforms for the trees and the grass. Makes it look really nice. We're just about to head inside. It's 2K to open up the first gate that leads into the church, so a bit more than usual for your first blocker, but there aren't that many to open, so it doesn't make that much of a difference. We've got some nice fog scattered all around the outskirts of the map. Kind of gives it a spooky, creepy feeling. Very nice ambiance. Gonna go ahead and open up this for 2K. Go inside the church here. We've got the random weapons cabinet as well as the Thompson. I don't buy either of them. I go straight for the random box. We've got the random box down at the front of the church, as well as the trench gun on the side, the double barrel, and a buyable flamethrower. You don't see too many buyable flamethrowers in maps. Grabbed the double barrel shotgun right there, first spin in the box. But as I was saying, you don't see too many buyable flamethrowers. I think the only other map that has a buyable flamethrower is Yodi's Lair. That is the only other map that I know of that has the buyable flamethrower. And it's not a very well used weapon. It's got basically infinite ammo, so that is a plus if you're trying to rack up points. But it's really heavy, so it's really hard to train with it. And other than that, it doesn't give a whole lot of power on the later rounds, which is why it's good for racking up points, because you get quite a few points for each zombie that you kill. We've got 2 zombie spawns in here. We've got 2 windows, actually 3 I should say. 2 flanking and then 1 up at the front. And then of course you've got the zombies walking in from outside. Spinning the box again, grab the Thompson. Actually managed to snag both weapons that were on the walls in here. I didn't keep the double barrel, obviously, though. Actually, I did. Did I? I don't even know which weapon I switched off for. I think I swapped out... Yep, I swapped out the double barrel. You can see all the cobwebs and stuff hanging from the chandeliers, hanging from the walls. That makes it pretty cool. Cobwebs are not the most fun thing to place, and so he did a good job with that. We've got our third, can't even count. We've got our second blocker that leads down into the basement of the church, right back there where you saw me go. We've got that blocker, and then there's one more after that, and that is all there is to the map. So not a very big map, however, it's still fun to play, still fun to just look around. Another one of the early on maps, so kind of doing a lot of early on maps during this 2-week period here. It's all good. There's not a whole lot of strategy to talk about on this map. I will mention this: if you're playing solo, it's best not to camp down in the basement early, or not early on, but later on. Basement is not the best place to camp. I like to train outside. I find that is the easiest. You've got the most amount of room. You've got the least chance of snagging yourself on a zombie or on an object. So I find it best to train outside during the later rounds. Going outside to kill the final zombies. I think we've got about one more. Got 5k exactly, so we'll be heading down into the basement here. It's more like a crypt, I should say. And you'll see that in a minute. Rather, a couple seconds, actually. Buy this blocker for 2k, head down in here, and we've got the crypt area. Got the double barrel sawed-off shotgun off the wall. Not a whole lot of people put that in there. That's kind of an interesting thing. We also have the MP40 on the wall. Zombies are starting to run. That always makes it interesting, especially in these lower chambers. You also might have seen the FG42 hanging on a pillar down there. And we open up the third and final blocker. This leads down into almost like a secret communications area, I guess you'd call it. I used the box again, grabbed the Car 98K. Of course, I'm not going to get that. But this is a cool little area. We've got the ray gun on the wall for 10k. We've got the random weapons chest. Gonna spin it again, see what I can get. We've got one or two. I believe it's just one zombie spawn down here. Got the FG42, that'll help out. Yeah, I believe we only have one zombie spawn down here, and then there are several in the room right before this. You've got zombies spawning in from the wall. There's a custom blocker in there, so they kind of pull that down. And then they also spawn from one of the crypts. So quite a few spawns for not a very large area, so that's why I recommend not staying down here if you can. Yeah, so as you can see, just a little communications area. Pretty cool thing. Kind of just tucked away in the back of the crypt. If you're playing with more than one player, then this is easily holdable. You stick one person back guarding the window, and then however many players you have left, you have guarding the front. Makes it very easy. The only time I would recommend going up is for if you're playing solo. Otherwise, by all means, you can easily stay down there. And you can see the custom blocker there for the crypt. I'm just going to run outside. We're approaching the end of this video here. I've gotten, or rather, unlocked everything there is to unlock. Don't want to bore you guys, so download link is in the description below. And yeah, that's about it. We're finishing up this area here. This was FRU Church. FRU stands for Fallen Rebels Unite once again. This was mapped by LMLDR, and there we go. Killed myself. So thanks for watching, guys. Go check this map out, and until next time, later.